You finally got that date set up for Friday that you've been trying to get for months, and you feel that tingle on your lip. You already know. By Friday, there's going to be a huge cold sore there right on your mouth, the spot that she's going to look at when you talk, and you'll spend the whole night kind of slightly turned away, sitting on a table where the light doesn't directly go to your face. You go to the concierge beforehand. Can we get a dark table? It feels like the virus picks the absolute worst possible day to come on purpose, but there's actually 5 cold sore triggers that are almost always responsible for the outbreak. In this video, I'm going to show you all 5 so you can learn how to stop them before they come. So here's what's actually going on under the skin in your lip. The cold sore virus doesn't just pack up and leave after the outbreak heals. It backs up into this bundle of nerve behind your lip, all the way back by your skull, and goes to sleep there. It just sits quiet for weeks or months at a time, and your immune system is standing right over it like the noble guard, keeping it pinned down. Picture a prisoner asleep in a cell and the guards posted at the door. As long as that guard stays put, the prisoner cold sore stays asleep and you'll never feel a thing. More than half of adults carry this virus, and most of them will never even know. They'll go to their grave never knowing they had one because they'll never get an outbreak. You didn't catch it, don't worry about it. You didn't catch it by being careless. You probably got it as a little kid, someone kissing you on the forehead. So nothing about this is your fault. A lot of people feel squeamish and all nervous. It's no big deal. It's just a quiet house guest that wakes up every now and then when your immune system's down. But here's the part that makes the whole thing click. The 5 triggers that I'm going to walk you through look like they have nothing to do with each other, but every single one of them at its core does the same thing. It pulls that guard off the door for just a minute, and the immune system cannot keep it down. It just gives it that little moment of freedom and it comes out. And that's the trigger. So let's go through these 5 triggers, these 5 hallways, these 5 ways that the guards could get confused and slip up. So once you see them, the randomness, the seemingly randomness disappears and you can prevent them intentionally. Number 1, you just had the best day. You're out on the water or on the slopes. Maybe you had a few drinks. Not a care in the world. You didn't think about your lips once, and 2 days later, a sore turns up. You can't figure out what you did to deserve it. You didn't do anything that you noticed. The sun was quietly frying and agitating that skin under your lips the whole time. And that little burn, it doesn't have to burn, but if you do get a little burn, that's what really gives it the opportunity for the virus to bust loose. Number 2, picture the worst week you've had in months. A deadline that you could barely meet, a fight with a friend or significant other you didn't want, 3 nights of staring at the ceiling because you couldn't sleep. You finally claw your way to the other side, you exhale. That's the exact morning it shows up. And that trick, the cruel trick, is stress. It doesn't get you till you're the thick of it. It waits to the very end when your guard feels down, and that's when the virus slips out. Right before the big presentation, the worst time to do it. You gotta watch your stress levels. Number 3, you finally beat the cold that flattened you for a week. You were in bed for 2 days, went through 5 boxes of Kleenexes. You're on the mend, feeling your energy come back. You're getting that good feel, starting to feel like a human again. And right as you round the corner, a cold sore shows up on your lips, just like a going away gift from the cold gods. And the reason is no other than when your body was throwing everything it had to fight that cold or any other sickness for that being, it left the virus unguarded. Your immune system didn't have the capacity to keep all those fronts fighting. Here's the guard with the cold sore. Here's a more important thing, right? The flu or a cold or something leaves that unattended, sneaks in the back door. Number 4, this is a sneaky one because nothing actually has to happen. No sunburn, no breakup, no flu. All you did is go to bed late or get up early a few nights in a row. It doesn't even feel like it, and you weren't even that tired, but sleep is when your body does all the repair work. And when it keeps getting cut short, your defenses wear down just enough to let the virus come through. Now, number 5, some people could mark it on a calendar. Same week, every single month, the sore comes back like it's a booked appointment. No sun, no stress, no cold, and there it is. And that kind of clockwork, you might be guessing it, can only come with hormones as they swing during that stretch of the female cycle. Your defenses slip up because they're a bit scattered during those days. We just know the hormones are a little bit wonky during those days, and a lot of times that's when the cold sore breaks away from the guard and forms. And here's the most important part of the video for you. The next time you get a cold sore, look back a few days before it. Was it a sunny afternoon with no chapstick? Was it a brutal week? You didn't sleep as much as normal? Because one of these 5 things is usually the culprit, then you can stop doing it. But the problem is, what if it's stress? Can you just stop doing stress? What if it's a period? Can you stop having a period? No, you can't. But clinical studies show that if you apply light therapy to the area where you often get cold sores, it can actually stop cold sores from ever forming, or if you do end up getting an outbreak, help to heal them much faster. But if you're going to get a light therapy device, just be sure that it has a 510K clearance from the FDA. 99% of them don't. That's why they're so cheap. When you have a clearance like that, it means that the FDA says that it's effective. It has the right output, the right power, the right irradiance, that's just nerd talk for the right wavelengths of light. But most importantly, it proves that it's safe. I'll put a link to ours, the Luminance RED cold sore device, below the video if you want to check it out, and feel free to reach out with any questions.